Okay. I hope you had the chance to get a hold of or to look at, to watch Marjorie Taylor Greene on the latest episode of 60 Minutes. And whenever you bring that up, some people love to tell you, oh, I don't watch that. They love to tell you what they don't do. I don't watch that. I don't know that. I don't listen to that. I don't read that. I don't care about that. Okay, I know. It makes them feel like I'm pretty cool, huh? Well, I don't care about it. You don't care about it. Nope, I don't care about it. All right. And that's good? That's great. Just like I meet people who are Trump apologists. Everything Trump does is great. That's terrific. Oh, that's the way he is. That's good. Good for him. Good for, so. And I say, okay, and I excuse myself and I walk away. But there's a couple of things which I noticed last night, which I think is worth everybody should note, especially if you're in the biz. And I can't say enough about the following. I can't say enough about people who, and this is important, I can't say enough about people who need to understand stage work and cameras and how you look and what's your best angle and avoid profiles or whatever it is that you're trying to do. Just to be conversant with this. I will never understand how Alan Dershowitz does these horrible zoom angles up his nose and just people in their bedroom with a bed behind them that's unmade. And by the way, did you ever see the video Unmade Beds? So terrific. Fantastic. Anyway, I don't understand that. But she did a couple of things. First, good things. Number one, they sent Leslie Stahl there. Leslie Stahl does not have her fastball anymore. I'm sorry, I hate to say that. Bless her heart, she doesn't have it. Doesn't have it. Okay? By the way, there's a poll here. There's a poll that you can be a part of. It's very simple. And it says, what will be the outcome of Trump's Manhattan prosecution? And so far, 44% say dismissal. 20% say guilty. 70% say not guilty. And 20% say hung jury mistrial. So 44% say dismissal. You think it's going to be dismissed? Could be. Interesting. That, of course, if you ask somebody, what's the difference between what do you think and what do you hope? But anyway, make a long story short. So there is, of course, Marjorie Taylor Greene. And I would say to her before, now, Congressperson, first of all, I don't know why you're showing pictures of your home, but that's me. I don't know why you do that. I just don't. I don't get it. She showed some pictures of herself working out. She's very strong. See her doing squats and clean and jerk. And my God, wow. That's very interesting. I think people like that. That's a nice little human interesting. Didn't show pictures of kids or family. They didn't go into her ex-husband or whatever. That's nobody's business. That's good. But they sent Leslie Stahl. And Leslie Stahl is just not any big shakes. She's okay, but she's not, she's just whatever. 60 Minutes is dead. Don Hewitt is dead. Morley Safer's dead. Ed Bradley's dead. Mike Wallace is dead. Harry Reasoner's dead. They're not there anymore. It's not what it used to be. 60 Minutes Australia. Now that's good. But this, no. Leslie Stahl? No. Scott Pelley, who talks like he's eating a toffee or something is stuck in his... And they just repeat. Have you seen the CBS technique? Watch CBS Morning News. Sometimes it's good. Now it's Martha Braver, whatever her name is. And they just repeat what you say. So I came home and I found a hippopotamus in my kitchen. You found a hippopotamus. Yeah, just what I said. I found a hippopotamus inside my kitchen. Inside your kitchen. You're just going to repeat what I'm saying, don't you? And have you ever seen this fellow? His name is Mo and Curly. Mo, what's his name? Anyway, Mo something. What's his name? Mo. What's his name on CBS? Mo Rocca. Mo Rocca, when he laughs, he does this. Wait till he laughs. If you ever get the chance to watch it, just wait. It's inane. I'm not going to imitate him, but it's inane. Wait until he laughs. That's the best. He's like, whoa, wow. You know, laughing and sneezing are things that people do in their own particular way, their own signature style. But anyway, so I would sit there and I would say, okay, first of all, Ms. Green, Congressperson Green, number one, you know what they're going to ask you, right? You know what you're going to ask you. So what are you going to do? How do you respond to this? What do you say? What's going to be your take on this? You've heard this a million times. You've heard it a million times. What are you going to say? How do you answer? We're going to run a clip. We're going to have a recording here. You're going to maintain. They have to guarantee this. You have to insist upon this. You're going to run a full-length clip of everything you do. You're going to be mic'd yourself so that when the whole thing comes out and they edit it, did you see how they edited Fetterman? I don't know. I think CBS. My God, that's all it is an edit because he's aphasic, and they're not telling you. By the way, we edited this. No, most people would know right away. So Marjorie, you've got to have your recorded version of this in its entirety, so you can say, "Oh no, that's not what I said." And when she does these cutaways and they do this B-roll, and you have Leslie Stahl say, "Oh, please, don't. You want to make sure that happened then and not later on. You want to make sure that your answers are in context. You want to make sure all that. I hope you did that because you can guarantee they are not going to make you look in the light most favorable to you. Next, how do you look? And this is what Trump has to do. He has to ask himself, how do you look when somebody is reading to you the same thing? You know exactly what they're going to say. You can go in and look at what you've said and what they're going to claim you've said. You should have a staff research this for you. How do you handle this? Now, one thing that she could do is she has to, when somebody is telling you something you've heard before, if you do this, no. If you roll your eyes, no. If you do a Trump, no. Trump people love that. But how do you do this? Is it possible to lean over and say, Leslie, with all due respect, we don't have a lot of time here. We've heard this. Now, you can watch any of the other interviews or stories about me because they've already covered this. This is 5 years old or 3 years old. I want to talk about now. Can we do that? Can we do that? Because maybe this is new to you, but these stories, they're old. And I've been through them before. So let me explain something. And that's the next point. Marjorie, you are going to tell people 5 things. You can write them on your hand. You can have cue cards somewhere. Maybe you can put them in your home or wherever it is. You're going to have these 5 things. And the first thing is that you're going to say, America needs leadership. America needs leadership, and America, whatever, politics is not about a left-right paradigm. Let's just assume. That's what you're going to say. America needs leadership. It's not about a left-right paradigm. And America needs blah, blah, blah. Okay? That's what you're going to say. Now, Marjorie, yes, Leslie, did you say that the right wing, that reminds me America needs leadership. And what America is interested in right now is the fact that the left-right paradigm is, and you go right into it. And she will not know the difference. She will not stop and say, whoa, 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 that's not what you answered. That's not what I asked you. No, that's my answer to what you're saying. No, but that's not an answer. What do you mean it's not an answer? That's my answer. Oh, okay. Well, my next point. You said this. Now, I did a very important video, which is extremely critical. And I want you, at your leisure, to watch it. You've got to go to Lionel Legal. And it's about child predation. I've done a number of videos today that's driving me crazy because nobody is talking about what really matters. It's about the First Amendment and adult entertainment. It's about child predation and the criminal justice system. It's about how Trump should handle, we'll talk to that in a moment. And it's a lot of it, and how thought crimes are permeating our world. Okay. When she leans over, if she's talking, and she says, did you really say that you thought Democrats were... And she, of course, refers to that P word, the chronophile, the ephebophiles, She has to work. She has to know her camera. She has to know, how do I look the best? She has to remember what her face looks like. When she leans forward and says, Leslie, now when you lean over, when you lean towards somebody, it changes everything, changes the dynamic. It stops people. When you're like this and she had this flat affect, kind of like she's just taking it. When you lean forward and say, Leslie, I'm not going to apologize for trying to protect children. I'm not. Leslie, you have grandchildren, don't you? Or I'm sure you do, yes. If your little granddaughter came to you and said, Grammy, I feel like a boy, would you say, great, I got this hospital in Boston, pack your bags, we're going. Your granddaughter doesn't even know her favorite color. Now, I know you better than that. Now, if you can tell me which party is pushing that, I'll be more than happy to discuss this. But let's stop playing games here, Leslie. Okay? Now, I don't know if you've been reading what's going on. I have. It stops it. It stops what she's doing. Now, Leslie has to answer the question about her grandkid or whatever. And if Leslie says, well, I'm not here to... Excuse me, I answered your question. Do you? Do you think I should do this? Do you know anybody in our Republican Party? I'm not a Republican, but if she had said something like that, do you know anybody in our Republican Party who's saying this or that? No. It was okay. It was okay. I mean, it was all right. What I hope she does is she realizes there's a reason why they picked her. Because even 60 Minutes, who's just floundering, they recognize she's going places. She is going places. That's number one. Number two, and this is even more critical, she's going places, but she's got to make sure she separates from the Boeberts and the Matt Gaetzes. Let them, they're in crazy town. They say some good stuff, but their affect is not, they're not serious. They're into, if ever you want to see this, do yourself a favor and watch any old Tucker Carlson of Matt Gaetz being introduced, and you look at that grin, and if that ain't Beavis and Butthead, and if that doesn't scare you, you're not paying attention. You're not paying attention. He says some great stuff, don't get me wrong, but that's nobody she needs to be near. That's a problem. She's shows support for Kevin McCarthy. Good. Those idiots had the speaker running for cover. It was the most ridiculous thing ever. This is why I'm not a Republican. They don't know what they're doing. But that was interesting. Now, let's talk about Trump for a moment. I've got friends of mine, I'm sure you've got them too, who just absolutely love him no matter what he does. Everything he does is great. I think there was a picture of him driving around in a golf cart with a woman or something, why are you doing that? Now, what my Trump friends will say is, and when I say friends, I mean they're mindless acolytes. Well, he can do whatever he wants. It's a free country. Yes, I know it's a free country. Thank you, Brad. Well, I don't know what the big deal is. He can do whatever he wants. So what? Okay. People think he's being charged with paying hush money to that chanteuse wannabe Stormy Saddles, or whatever, right? That's what they think. They think he paid hush money to this woman. And no matter how much you try to explain to him, no, that's not what happened. No, no. No, it's a little bit complicated. No. They don't know. So why is he driving around? Why is he playing golf in the first place? He's kind of like, I don't care. You think that's good? Does that look good to say, I don't care, I'm playing golf? I'm not going to do whatever. I don't care about this. Do you think that's good? I don't. I don't think he should walk around in a hair shirt, whatever. But he's, take it seriously. Don't give the opposition a feeling that this guy is not taking this seriously. He doesn't understand it. See, because you think there's no way he can be convicted. Oh, he can be. Absolutely. Do I have to remind you what world you're living in right now? What's the matter with you? We're going to do a motion to dismiss. Denied. Okay, well, there goes that. And why his lawyer is going on TV? I have no idea. Can you figure that one out? Can you explain that to me? Can you tell me why he's going on TV? Can you tell me why his lawyer has to explain that if this were any other president, he wouldn't be charged? You've never even read the indictment yet, and already why are you doing this? What is the purpose of this? Well, we're going to probably challenge the motion to dismiss. No blank, Sherlock. We know that. Why are you doing it? Why? Because I love to see me. This is for my real. You don't understand. See, anybody, I'm sorry to say this, they love this stuff. They love this stuff. They want to go full Ginsburg. I don't know if they have all the shows anymore. It's the most real. I know this. If you just spend your time doing this, and I've said enough about this, because nobody's listening to me. Why are you on TV? I'm his lawyer. Why do you need to be on TV? Everybody else, the whole world is coming at you. You've got Jeb Bush. You've got Bill Barr, sort of. You've got the world. The world is coming up. What are you going to add? What? To give away your brilliant legal theory? Well, we're going to file a motion to dismiss. Thank you. Great. And don't believe these polls that say, people now are coming around because he's been indicted. That's nonsense. That is crazy. Now, here's some good news. Limited good news, but good news. Thank God they're starting off with this case. Because if they started off with the Jack Smith Mar-a-Lago obstruction case, different story. It's very important. Very important that this case start off, because it gives the impression that this is just stupid. See, when you say he gave hush money, see, that's good for somebody, because you go, well, that's stupid. Well, that's not what he's charged with. But if you think it's stupid, go ahead. So that's great. You think that. Go ahead. But when people think that the documents, the Mar-a-Lago documents case, are about classified documents. They're not. They don't have to be classified. No. They're looking at it almost like an obstruction of justice after the fact. That's federal. That's a different story. Don't forget, you get 6 total cases. You've got Manhattan, right? Or Manhattan. Number 2, you've got the Mar-a-Lago case. Number 3, you've got another Jack Smith. This is kind of like the January 6th sort of. It's kind of like an ongoing thing. Number 4, you got the Letitia James. I keep saying Letitia Baldridge. The Tish James case. Number 5, you've got the Georgia Stop the Steal case. And number 6, you've got the E. Jean Carroll case. The sexual assault, civil federal case, which is going later on. He's got an avalanche of cases. And as soon as this one's over, he's got the next one. And people will forget the first one. But for now, it's better to start off with your weakest, because some people will say, this is ridiculous. This is what they're starting off with? Hush money? When you see later on, I mean, it could be a little bit different. Okay, that's that. Period. Now, today, is today the cell phone? Yeah. 50 years ago? Yeah. Today was the introduction of the cell phone, or the mobile phone, or whatever you want to call it. 50 years ago. And if you recall what it was this, like the Rat Patrol. Remember this big thing in a case? It got real hot. You put up to your ear. Remember they had the car phone in your car? It'd be like bolted to the hump, the drive, And today, of course, it's a different story. What is so critical is that what the cell phone today is, why they use the word phone. The phone is secondary. It's a computer with a phone. It's your everything. And no amount of time, no amount of effort, no amount of anything can possibly be used, if you will, or paid to explain what that did to us. Absolutely. Next point. I want you to spend your time and do some report to me tomorrow, but I want you to ask as many friends of yours, people who are not necessarily politically astute, and ask them, what do you think about this Trump thing? What do you think about that? You know what most people will say? That's it. The majority of people could not care less about this. Couldn't. Yesterday, Mrs. Ellen and I went to a beautiful diner, had a lovely Sunday repast, little semi-diurnal repast, little fete. And we're looking at this diner as packed. Nobody cared about Donald Trump. Nobody cared about it. It was Sunday. People were out. It was families and Easter coming and, hey, Palm Sunday. And nope. See, we live in a world, we're over here. Tomorrow he turns himself in, right? Tomorrow, you know what's going to happen? Huh? 11 o'clock. Nothing's going to happen. Nothing. It's going to be the most uneventful thing you've ever seen in your life. Why this judge just cannot let him be arraigned? I mean, if your kid's education can be done remotely, why not an arraignment? They can do this. They arraign people in hospital beds. They do it. During the John Gotti case, I'm reading this book now, John Gleason, the prosecutor. I think it was Judge Nickerson, and all of them went to Neil Della Croce's house, Uncle Neil, when he was in bed dying of cancer. They were in his bedroom. Prosecutor, judge, trial, defense lawyer, in his home getting testimony. Federal judge. They had little pastries and this. You can take this on the road. You can do whatever you want. There's no necessity you have to be. There's got to be some way to make sure you know this is who he is and everything. No, they don't do that. You know what's going to happen? Nothing. Why? Because Trump has been impeached twice. He's been charged with this. He's lost it. People go, yeah, whatever, yeah. Sorry. People don't have this sense of, there's going to be all kinds of altercation. No, there's not. The other day when they announced this, I was walking right in front of Trump Tower on Fifth Avenue right now? There's nothing. Lunchtime, big pedestrian traffic, a lot of people out. Nobody. We're worn out. It's not exactly a new story. Trump indicted. Okay, well, yeah, he does that. It happens. Whatever. It's not what people think. It's not what people think. And I don't know where. Well, let me back up a little bit. I see gray. I see so many shades of gray. Not black, not white, not apodictic, not Manichaean. Gray like you cannot believe. I see more grays, and I see a country that's just covered with reactions to everything. And the majority of the country is more freaked out about things that really matter to them. Did you hear about McDonald's? How many McDonald's are they going to, people are?
They just told all the corporate people do not show up today because we're going to retool everything.
McDonald's. Now, there could be a couple of things. One, maybe it's a different world now. Maybe after COVID, I don't know. The world is changing drastically. How about this weather? Look at the weather. It's the weirdest thing anybody's ever seen. No, I'm not suggesting it's manufactured. I know you're going to say HARP or I don't know what it is. It's weird. Derailments, Russia, Ukraine, China. I just did at Lionel Legal. Follow that. I did. Let me read to you, if I could. Let me read to you my, see if I can get this for you. They've got great, there we go. Here we go. The one that was very, very popular was one, if you cut a blank into 34 pieces, it's still whatever, which is most funny if you think about it in some respects. That was a big one. But let me read you the following. It's very interesting. One thing I want to talk about was how we are really making a big mistake by overgeneralizing. And you're going to be surprised with this one. But let me explain to you. Do you think there should be a law that prohibits drag shows at schools? I'm going to assume you think that's a good idea. Okay. How would you think you could draft that statute? How would you say this? You know what applies? The First Amendment. What? The First Amendment. How would you what do you call it? Drag. Go ahead, write the statute down. Write it. It is against the law in the state of whatever to have drag. What's drag? Adult entertainment. What is adult entertainment? Oh, I don't know. Men dressed as women. What about women dressed as men? Okay. What about androgynous? You know, the Androgynous sisters, Anne and Betty Androgynous. What about Punch and Judy? What about Milton Berle? What about Hasty Pudding? What about Shakespeare? They dressed as women. What does that mean? Well, that's not what I mean. We'll put it in writing. What is it? What do you mean? Well, kids should not be forced. Forced? School is forced. What do you think school is? It's all forced. You drop your kids off, the kid's forced. Get in school. And if you're not in this room, we're going to suspend you because you're not in school. Okay, I don't mean forced. I mean, look, you can't have creepy John Waters, dystopian, scary. Okay, put that in writing. This one, I think it was a Tennessee statute, the federal judge correctly said, I'm going to grant a restraining order. This is so vague, I don't even know what it means. Well, that's not, you know what I mean. No, I don't know what you mean. See, this is the part that's bothering me. And it's another thing I mentioned at Lionel Legal. You keep wanting to ban everything. Hey, this is a cancel culture. We live in the cancel culture. Bill Maher. Oh, time out. Why is Bill Maher, how much does he pay people to promote him? Who cares what Bill Maher came out and said, okay. If Dinesh D'Souza comes out, okay. He's a good friend of mine, fine. Victor Davis Hansen said, okay, maybe. All right. But now we're getting Megyn Kelly and Bill Maher as though it's like, wait a minute. You don't understand. Bill Maher said this. Oh, okay, thanks. What is that? What's going on here? Is he the voice and the spirit of the American? I don't know what he is. I don't even know where we're going with this. It's demented. What are we... Then there's cancel culture. Well, it's a cancel culture. But you want to cancel adult... Wait a minute. In schools. Well, that's not what you said. Did you ever see Punch and Judy as a kid? What was that about? What was that about? You don't think that... Huh? Remember Punch and Judy? Did you ever see that? They're hitting each other with a stick and a... What was that? Who remembers watching Bambi as a kid? Bambi. That did more harm to me as a child than watching some 6 foot tall, whatever. Now, some of these people did some other stuff other than being just weird. I guess Halloween. You ever been around Halloween? Yeah, but that's Halloween. Have you seen Halloween lately? Have you seen Halloween? People walking around with severed heads and bleed. Well, that's different. Why is that different? Why is that okay? Well, that's not in a school. Oh, so it's in the school? Okay, fine. So you got to specify this stuff, all right? Bambi. Bambi's horrible. Dumbo, the mother in a cage. Old Yeller. Shall I continue? Here's one for you. Home Alone. What's a kid's number one fear when he's seriously abandonment, getting lost? Mommy, I'm over here. Oh God, I thought you left me. Remember when Adam Walsh was at the Sears store in Miami, and all of a sudden, gone. Eitan Pates, gone. Home Alone, they forgot him. They went on vacation and left him. Hey, they didn't even say, hey, where's, what's his name? Nope. Do you see this? So you try writing this down. Tell me how you're preserving the First Amendment. Well, this is different. I'm trying to protect the innocence of children. Okay. Give me a statute that doesn't ban something that you didn't intend to ban. But wait a minute. You also want to ban TikTok? Absolutely. Why? Well, it's China. Okay. What about Twitter? What about it? Well, they collect data. Yeah, but you don't think Zuckerberg is involved in this China? You don't see what's going on with that? Why not Zuckerberg? Why not Twitter? What's going on with that? What's happening? Jim Jordan calls on Taibbi and others to explain how Twitter is stealing, basically shelving information. Does TikTok do that? Does TikTok shut people down? Does TikTok shelve you? Maybe it does. I'm not suggesting it's innocent by any stretch of the imagination, but the supposed anti-cancel culture group cannot wait to ban things, but they want to keep their stuff. Now, wait a minute. Hold it. What about people who say, look, I like TikTok. I know it's taking my data. I know it's China. I know. I'll sign it later. Now leave me alone. I know what I like this. Do they have a say? No, because we know better than you do. We're smarter than you do. You're an idiot. We're smart. Listen to what we're saying. What? That's right. We're smarter than you. We're smarter than you. Yes. Well, but I like TikTok. Shut up. It's China. What does that mean? It just is. Now, believe me when I tell you this. And this is the problem with a lot of people. See, a lot of people don't really understand the big picture. They don't see the grays, dare I say this. They don't see the grays. They don't see this. Everybody wants to, listen, you've got a kid. Take your kid's phone from, you don't understand. Kids are, excuse me, that's your kid. I've got a friend of mine. He's 80-something years old. He's an evangelical minister, and he loves TikTok. I don't know why. He just likes the pictures and whatever. And you want to just shut that down completely? Yeah, but not Twitter. Twitter used to meet, according to Matt Taibbi, and where's Barry Weiss? Whatever happened to her? She's just, whatever happened to her? Oh, yeah. Who cares, right? In any event, oh, God. Let that go. So here's the thing I want you to understand. And I'm going to let this thing go. By the way, it's good to have a landline because, believe me, I can't get any phones. I know everybody wants to have all kinds of freedoms to say what they want. But if you really want to push freedom, if you really want to do it, you're going to apply it to everything. And and is there some xenophobic stuff? Yeah. Is there an anti-Chinese thing? Yeah, sure there is. Same thing with Russia. Oh, this Boris and Natasha stuff is bigger than ever. Absolutely. Frank Capra told us all about that. So I want you to think about this. And more importantly, what I want you to think about is a couple of things. Number one, our sponsors. MyPillow.com, promo code Lionel. MyPillow.com, promo code Lionel. Look at what this is. You get a free gift. And they've got MyPillow 2.0, the MyPillow toppers. They've got a sale you can't believe. The Giza sheets. My coffee. Save up to 50% with the promo code. And you get a free Go Anywhere My Pillow. Look at that. Stop it. Roll and Go Anywhere My Pillows as low as $12.99. All season slippers, regular $149. Listen to this. Promo code Lionel, $25. You can't believe this. MyPillow.com, promo code Lionel. Second, preparewithlionel.com. You can get a 3-month emergency food supply. Their best value ever. You can save $200. Over 2,000 calories a day. 21 varieties, up to a 25-year shelf life. It is the most incredible thing you've ever seen. Right now, this is the best deal you have seen. And do you have enough food stockpiled? Do you have this? No, you don't. Free shipping, 6 rugged, water-resistant buckets. It's there. Now is the time. Preparewithlionel.com. Preparewithlionel.com. Then, we're not done yet. Right now, it's still chilly. And I'm kind of feeling that, you know when you get that feeling when you think like, oh, God, I'm not doing too good. I'm getting that sick, getting that kind of feeling that, well, now is the time for you to realize that your immune system is something that you've got to stoke constantly. And Z-Stack is fantastic. So right now, there is a deal that you cannot believe. It is so perfect, so wonderful, so terrific. Right now with Z-Stack, you sign up, and you can get, as we speak, you can save 15% off of Z-Stack yourself. And this, start with this most beautiful and wonderful admixture, this beautiful piece of immune-fighting art, vitamin C, zinc, quercetin, which is a flavonoid, and vitamin D3. And then finally, I say this right now, we've talked about electromagnetic pulses and the like, EMPs, EMP shield. It's incredible. It is incredible. So, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I say to you, go look at all of our sponsors in our description section, EMP Shield, Z-Stack, preparewithlionel.com, and of course, MyPillow, because they support us and we support them, and the products are incredible. Now, listen, I know it's difficult sometimes for you to recognize. I know it's simple, sometimes it's difficult to maintain some degree of rationality, but I'm telling you right now, we're going to get through this. But while we do this, we cannot lose what we are, who we are and what we believe in. Remember, I'm saying it again. This is it. The Constitution. This is it. This is the rule book. It's not going to be, we're not going to repeal it, no matter how hard they try. This is it. And even though sometimes we feel a tremendous zeal and a fervor towards individual people, we must realize and we must recognize that if we give up the fundamentals of who we are, we lose. And I don't care who you are, if you like or don't like Trump, that's up to you. But what they are doing to him right now, in this case, this is classic Banana Republic lunacy. That simple, that obvious. All right, my friends? Okay. Please follow Lynn's Warriors on YouTube. She has some incredibly wonderful and important YouTubes. And also follow her on Twitter at Lynn's Warriors. LYNNS_Warriors. All right, my friend, until tomorrow. And don't forget, Lionel Legal. As soon as you're done here, you go and sign up, subscribe. You should see the videos that are going to be dropping today. Mind-boggling. Lionel Legal. All right, my friends. See you tomorrow. Same bad time, same bad channel. Until then, remember, the monkey's dead. The show's over. Sue ya. Da-da.